So before we start dealing with our copied production environmental file, we'll just go through the supplied Docker Compose file for us to have a look how it is composed of. So here under the this is the wrong file, so I need to go on that one, I think. So yes, this is the one. So the main Docker Compose file is this one, where we have all the services here highlighted. So first is the server, which is the backend of Mergin Maps, and then the web, which is the front end. So they are here, and they are working by default using a data folder that you can change. So by default, it just adds a new folder to contain all your projects directories for the Mergin Maps. If you plan to use another type of disk or another volume, please be aware that you need to change this. By default, again, it's under the same root level data folder here. This is the proxy, so the Nginx proxy that serves as a reverse proxy. As I was saying, by default, the only port that you need to open on your firewall side is 8080, but of course you can change this here if you plan to have another port running. As well for the SSL. Of course, if you have SSL enabled, you need to have a look at this configuration file, as we'll see later, in order to change it for SSL support. Here the Celery bit, the worker. Mind that if you change the data volume, you also need to change it on the worker side, because the worker will be responsible to write some data here. So here you need also to change the volume here. The database. So here again, the database is a Postgres instance, and it will be the data will be also be available under a local folder. So if you plan to use another folder somewhere on another volume, please be aware that you need to change also this setting here. And lastly, the Redis caching engine that we use here also as part of the infrastructure. So this is the snapshot of the main compose file and all the little pieces that you can change if you are planning to do some specific changes on the way that the Mergin Maps by default is deployed.